What's happening, guys? Welcome to the Russell Hantz Show. My name is Russell Hantz. You probably already know that. And we're going to do the player's performance in the Russell Crown. It's a little chilly today, so I started a fire. Ripped off a few doors. Get it burning. So, we're going to go off my list that I normally go off of, and we're going to start with Gabler. Gabler, I don't find Gabler too much of a strategic player. I think that he is wallowing around in the mud at this point in time in the game, looking for a home. That's what happens when you don't play this game strategically. You find yourself, begging for a new home. And that's what we see him doing a few times this episode. I think that they will kind of keep him around, even though I think he can make a run in winning challenges. And he may do that. And if he does that, then that's a bad play. It's just a bad play to win challenges these days, because then you look like a threat. And then they get rid of threats. So let's move on. My fire's already dying down on me. You think I know how to make a fire by now? I'm going to have to edit this because I got to get that going. Okay, so yeah, Gabler. I mean, am I a fan of his? Not really. And, he's playing the game the best way he thinks he knows how. It's so crazy how at first we thought he was about to give up, quit the game, and now he finds himself out of an alliance and looking for one. Next, Noelle. So this episode, what is up with my fire? Hold on. Noelle. So this episode, we didn't see Noelle do too much. She didn't have to do the challenge. She sat out the challenge, so we didn't get to see that. Even though Jeff says he has a statement while they were doing the challenge saying something like, if one leg goes numb, use the other one. A little awkward. So we didn't get to see much of her. I can see her scooting along in the game, though, getting a little further. But this episode wasn't for her. Next, Owen. Damn. Now, we see Owen, and I keep saying every episode, they're showing him a lot, but he's always in trouble. He wins the challenge. I like that challenge, by the way. That's the challenge I won, but we had a statue instead of a ball, which the ball is probably harder, but nonetheless, I did that challenge. And Owen won that challenge, and he kicked butt, actually. I like Owen, but he's always in trouble. But they air him a lot, which makes me think Owen gets a lot of airtime. What does that mean? And we have to go hear one of his stories again. Like, do we have to hear a sad sap story every episode? Stop already. Let's move on with the game, because I'm starting to like this, and you're starting to make me complain about this. Like, I want to see people gameplay. I don't care where Owen has came from. We already known this stuff. It's already been told. So, we give them the first couple of episodes to tell their stories. Nowadays, we used to not tell anybody's stories. We just played the game. And now, we have to hear it every episode. Anyway, they're showing him quite a bit. Is he playing good strategically? I don't think so. I think he's just sticking in there and hoping for the best, really. I don't see him a great strategic mind, but I could definitely see him winning the game. These days, especially these days, you don't have to know how to play the game to win the game. That's a fact. Sorry. It is. Next, Cody. Now, we're going to go ahead and give Cody the Russell Crown. And I'll tell you why. I believe that Cody's in full control of this game. Do they not see that yet? I think Cody's in control. I think it was going to be a hard case for the kid. I was giving Sami some credit. I like watching Sami break away from a 7-person alliance, knowing that he's at the bottom. But we'll talk about Sami with this, since I just started talking about him. Breaking away from a solid 7-team alliance, which never works. They're right about that. And doing it on his own. Now, what's very interesting, and he almost got the Russell crown again, Sami. What's very interesting about watching Sami do this on his own, he is playing the game hard right now. And the crazy thing is, you don't hear, oh, Sami's playing. You hear Janine's playing and stuff like that, but you don't hear Sami's name. That's because he's playing without them really knowing that he's playing that hard, which is a great personality and to play Survivor. He has the personality to play and to win the game. He's doing a very good job. They let Sami get to the end of this game. He's winning. Now, dealing with Cody winning the Russell crown, he changed the vote. He wanted Janine home. She went home. Sami tried to switch the vote around, and I think Cody is the one that's put the brakes on it. Let's put the brakes on that. We can get rid of him some other time. I got a lot to say about him too, that they was about to get rid of. So we'll move on from that. There's Sami right there. I think Sami, 19 years old, playing that game. He's doing a great job. And congratulations to Cody for winning the Russell crown. He got what he wanted. The person went home who he wanted to go home. He decided not to rock the boat just yet, but it's about to get rocked. And this was a tough one for the Russell crown, because I could have gave it to Owen. I could have gave it to Sami. James. I could have gave it to Jesse. I mean, Jesse has an idol now. I don't know how that all really went down. They just showed us a little clip of it. Why did he give Jesse the idol? Like, what went down right there? So we don't know. We just don't know. So we'll move on. Carla. Carla's still playing down low. Carla's still playing the exact same she's always played, and she just goes with the flow. She's not making any big moves yet, but she's always on the right side of the vote. So I think Carla is a really good social player. We'll see how far that gets her in the game. I could see Carla going very far because she doesn't push many buttons, but I like seeing Sami pushing buttons and still doing well in the game. I like seeing him. It's like, okay, is Sami going to get further in this game? Yes, he is. And he's going to play the game. He's not just going to keep his mouth shut. He's ready to make moves, and I like that. I'm like, go, Sami. Let's go. So Carla's kind of not doing anything. She's, playing like a winner plays. And, you just get to the end, and all of a sudden you win. Hurrah. You deserve it. You won. You played the best. Really? Next. Okay, we have Ryan. Now, Ryan is not a good player in Survivor. He goes fishing instead of talking strategically. He thinks that his I'm getting smoked out here. He thinks that his fishing skills will get him further in this game, because you need fish, right? Let me give you guys a bit of advice. It doesn't matter how good you fish. It doesn't matter if you give up an immunity reward for the team. None of that matters. You can get voted out the next day. It doesn't matter how nice you are when it comes to this stage in the game. No one cares how many fish you bring home to them. They will still vote you out. You better believe it. So you can sit there and say, oh no, they need fish. They need him. No, doesn't work like that anymore. That you've seen how fast it was about to get rid of the fishermen. Maybe back in the day when Rupert was doing it, maybe they kept the fishermen along for food. And it's shocking that so many people stepped out of that challenge for some rice. Relax, guys. You're about to eat what? You've been there for 16, 17 days. Game's almost over already. That's how fast. Oh, that's, it's not like it's 39 days. Next. So anyway, Ryan doesn't really know how to play the game. And I don't see him playing strategic at all. He thinks his big moves in the game are fishing. And I disagree with that big time. Okay, who do we have next? We have Janine. Now, I was sad to see Janine go. I did not want to see Janine go. I like to see her scrap and fight her way to the end. She tried, but it didn't work out for her, and they voted her out. I think that she could have did more to stay. She knew the vote was being swung one way or the other. She should have did more, but then you have everybody's like, okay, if you do more, then you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You do more, she's really playing this game. We need to get rid of her. You don't do enough. Oh, she didn't do enough. There's a fine line that you have to walk on when you play the game of Survivor. You get. That's why it's so hard. You could do too much, it hurts you. You do too little, it hurts you. So I wasn't happy to see her go. I was really starting to like her. I liked her spirit and that she fought to try to stay in the game. It just wasn't enough fighting. Next, so Jesse has the idol. That's what I was talking about earlier. Jesse has the idol somehow. Dwight handed him the idol. For what reason? I don't know. Maybe I missed it. So I don't really know why Jesse has an idol. And I could have gave the Russell Crown to Jesse, but I didn't. I needed more information. I think that Jesse's playing a pretty solid game. I think things are about to get very, very interesting. And you know who I think they're going to go after next? Let me see. Let me look. I think they're going after Cody next. If they can see Ron, if they can see Ron saved himself, actually. Not saved himself, but Ryan may go further in the game because they're going to start looking at strategic players. There's different levels as each time somebody goes home. Now, on the previews, it showed that 2 people were going home, and I guarantee you one of them is going to be Cody. I don't know what happens. I don't give spoilers. I don't read spoilers. If I don't watch the show, I just watched the show, actually. And I stayed off of Twitter to make sure I didn't know who was going home because I want to, be surprised as well. So I think Cody's in trouble. They're at the stage to where they start to see super strategic players and who's in control of the game. And I think the kid Sami is going to start weeding them out, and he's going to break up that big alliance. And the people that are at the bottom are about to be at the top. That's why I was hoping Janine's just held out one more time because things are about to get real out there. But she's gone. So Jesse, yes, he's playing quiet, I think Jesse's a good player. I think he's a smart player. I think next episode we're going to talk about a lot. I really do. I think a lot's about to happen because it has to. It has to. Now, next we'll talk about Cassidy. Cassidy had a few lines this time, and again, not much at all. It's dwindling down to only a few people left, and we still don't see much of Cassidy. Does she win? No, she doesn't win. Because if Cassidy would win this game, I guarantee you she makes the final 3. But if she would win the game, we need to see more of them, like they're doing with Owen. So maybe Owen does well in the game. We're seeing a lot of him all the time. This is the first time we've seen Sami step up and start doing something, which I was excited about. Now we have James. Don't forget James is a chess player, a strategic player. I think by the looks of things with the commercial we had, I think that James is going to get a little bit too big for his britches. And he's going to start thinking that he's running the show when he ain't running a damn thing. James ain't running anything out there. Cody and Jesse are really running things, in my opinion, those 2. But I think that's about to change because I think Sami's going to change it. And, we see something happens and James lies to somebody. I think some exciting stuff's about to happen. Do they get rid of James? Why? If everybody starts not liking him, well, why get rid of him? He's an easy out. Is Janine going to vote for him? Probably not. So now you start thinking, who do I want to bring with me to the end? So that's all I got, guys. I thought it was an okay episode. It got better. It started slow. They started doing what they do, talking about people and their families and showing pictures. And we're almost finished with the season. We're more than halfway through, and we're still getting to know people. I think that's the direction Survivor's in now. Is it the direction that I like? No, it's not. Is it the direction that most people like? I don't think so. But that's what we deal with. That's what we have. Survivor is such a legendary show. I will take a little bit of that to watch the rest of it. So that's all I got, guys. If you haven't subscribed to Enhanced Reality, I'll put the link in the description below. I'm about to do a lot more on that channel as well. I know I'm a little late on the Russell Crown, but I got it in before next episode. That's a good thing. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm starting to move up just a tiny bit every week. Maybe I can get to 4,800. I'd like to get to 41,000. Come on, guys. If you ain't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Help me get to 41,000 before this season's over. I appreciate it. And that's all I got for you guys. Until next time, keep hope alive.